Some people say we need more companion novels in this world, but I say not necessarily. Unless they're like Dare You To by Katy McGarry. I don't actually have the front cover of this book because I got it off of NetGalley, but I have the front page for you instead. Dare You To follows Beth, who is mentioned in Pushing the Limits quite a few times, but she's not a main character, whereas in Dare You To, the story surrounds Beth and her character and her family life and what she's going through. Like I said before, I absolutely love this story. I'm going to start with the negative because there's only one real negative I have with this story, but then I can move on and just talk about all the positive things. The main negative I have with this story is that the relationship between Ryan and Beth is too slow in building. Things become really repetitive. If I had £1 for every time Beth says, "Guys like you don't go out with girls like me," I would be a billionaire. She says it so often. By the end, you just want to hit yourself around the head with a book because it gets so repetitive. But that's literally the only negative I have with this story. See, it's not too bad. When things do pick up, it becomes such a good story, and the relationship that builds is such a good relationship. It's just getting past that slowness, which is the trouble. The one character I absolutely loved, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce his name, I can't even spell his name, I've got it in my notes and I know I spelled it wrong, but it's Asaya. I call him Asaya, I don't know what you call him, but I love his character so much. Little spoiler alert, but I wish Beth ended up with him instead of with Ryan. It was kind of obvious that she was going to end up with Ryan in a way, but I do sort of wish that she would end up with Asaya because he was so cute and cared about her so much. And for Beth to just blow him off like that after everything that they'd done together and everything that they'd been through together, I just felt so sorry for him. This might sound strange, but I didn't actually like Ryan. Not to say he's a bad character, I think his character was great, but I didn't like him. I found him to be a bit selfish, and all he did was make excuses for his actions when he was clearly in the wrong, and it annoyed me so much. He grew on me as the book went on, but generally I wasn't a huge fan of his character. Another relationship that I loved was between Beth and Scott. I thought it was done so well. Most of the relationships in this story are gradually built up and they gradually change, and the whole fact that they do that is perfect. It's at a steady pace, but you do see changes happening. By the end of the book, you can see that Scott and Beth's relationship isn't like what their relationship was like at the beginning. The story doesn't just focus on Beth. It's not all me, or her, I should say. It also talks about all the people surrounding her family, her friends. They're all included in this story. I think that's really important. It's not just what a character goes through that changes them and develops their personality, but it's also the people around them. So I think it was very good that Katy McGarry focused on the people in her life as well as Beth herself. One thing I think that she did really well as well was that, okay, and this is going to be hard to explain, but she had almost like fake twists in this story. So then when the real twist happens, it's a huge shock. It's a bit like if you read Looking for Alaska by John Green, it's when they do the fake prank, so everyone thinks the prank's finished, but no, then they have the real prank. It makes it even more of a shock. Things will happen in the book. You kind of see them coming, so you think it's going to be a big shock, but then it turns out it's not. But then something else will happen straight afterwards, and that is the main shock. That's the main twist in the story. It kind of lures you into a bit of a false sense of security, and then just hits you in the face. Metaphorically. So, like I said, overall, I love this book. The relationships, even though they are quite slow at times, when they do build, they build really well. The characters are very realistic. They're written in a way that you can imagine these people actually existing, and you can even point out people in your life who might, in a way, not exactly, but in a way, be like these characters. I find that's a very difficult skill to write characters that realistically, but it's one that Katy McGarry manages to pull off. So I've given Dare You To 4 out of 5 stars. I really loved it, and I definitely recommend it. I think you should all go and buy it right now and read it. If you haven't read Pushing the Limits, I would advise you to read it first, but it's not necessary. So if you have Dare You To but you haven't got Pushing the Limits for whatever reason, you can read Dare You 2 before Pushing the Limits, and I don't think it makes much of a difference. So if you've read Dare You 2 or Pushing the Limits, let me know what you think in the comments thingy-majiggy below. There's still time to enter my giveaway, so I'll leave a link to that as well, so don't forget to enter that. Also, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to me. Everything will be in the description boxy thing below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!